Yo, what's going on, guys? Just wanted to take you through my new mandala brush set which I made for Procreate. It's took me the best part of 3 months to put this together. You got 150 mandalas. A lot of them are ornamental, some geometric. I made most of them with the Geometric tattoo app that you can get on the App Store. A few others I made on iOrnament as well. But I just wanted to take you through the kind of interface, how to use it. I've put them all in categories basically, and I've given each one a name, so you can find a specific mandala quickly. So you'll notice that each one begins with a number. The number just relates to the amount of mirrors that is in the center of the mandala. So you see it begins with 4. So if I just click this one here, get that on the screen, you see it's got 4 symmetries there. And the same with all the others. You got this one, the ones that begin with 6. It's got 6 symmetries in the center. You'll notice on some of them, they don't all stick with 6 symmetries. For this one, for example, starts with 6 symmetries in the center, and then it goes up to 12 symmetries, and then again to 24. So the number just represents the amount of symmetries in the center of the mandala. So once you know how many symmetries you want, like generally, the higher the number, the bigger the mandala, and the more detail in it. So if you want a fairly small mandala, you're probably going to want to pick one from the beginning, or even just pick one from the end, but just use the middle of it maybe. So after the number, you'll have a letter or a pair of letters. The D, that stands for dotwork. The D stands for dotwork, so that's if you intend to. So that means that the mandala is intended to be filled in with just dot work. I mean, you could fill it in with solid bold lines if you wished, but I've done it so it's intended for dot work. If it's got an L after the number, that just means it's line work. Most of them I've used 1, 2, 3 different weights of line work. Some of them are just all fine line. Some of them, a couple of different line weights in there. And then the other combination is DL, obviously means dot work and line work. So you'll notice that the black parts there, that's intended for dot work, and then you got the line work around it. I mean, you can be as creative as you want to be with these. You can fill them in with solid black dot work, you can color them in, you can do whatever you want really. They're just intended as a guideline. I mean, you can just go like that and you can print it off straight away and use it to tattoo if you wish, or you can just splice different bits. You could take the center of that one and use it with the outer edge of a different one, you know what I mean? So yeah, there's a little bit of scope there. So if a client comes up to you and they tell you what kind of mandala that you want, you can quickly show them which ones you have available. A couple more things that I wanted to go through. I've put a few guidelines in some of the mandalas. Let's take this one for example. This is 8D6. So I've put a few guidelines in. You can see like the kind of white guidelines within the dot work areas. That's just as a suggestion basically. It's a suggestion that you could maybe put a different shade of dot work in there. Or you can just ignore it totally, or you could do your own thing. It's just something to try and give you a little bit more inspiration. You'll see here I've also put some extra lines around, some little solid lines around the outer areas. This is just if you wish to put a little bit of shading on your actual tattoo, so you can kind of, whoops, you know what I mean, just hang on, let me try and explain that a bit better. You can just kind of put a little bit of shading on the actual design. Again, it's just a suggestion. If you want to use it, you don't have to. I just thought that might be a nice little addition rather than just having a bunch of mandalas. One last thing that I wanted to go through. Someone did mention, they asked if there's a way of having it just as the outlines instead of having all these little solid black areas. I know it can be a bit annoying when you're trying to apply a stencil to the skin. I haven't made it so that each little one is kind of outlined. However, there is an app that you can get let me show you here. It's on the App Store. It's called Tattoo Print System. It's from the guys that made Geometrica. So if you want, you can copy this and then you can paste it into edit and paste. So you can paste that into Geometrica. And if you come up here into the layer section, you got the convert to lines option. Just press that and then mess with the, is it the contrast? Yeah, the contrast. And then you'll see there it's bought, whoops, so the layer, convert to lines. And then yeah, if you just mess with these little sliders up here, you can change the contrast of it and then just press commit when you're ready. And then you can just print that off, and then that prints with the tattoo system, the tattoo print system. If you don't have Geometrica, you can just download the tattoo print system and you can do the same thing with it. You can just press this convert to, and then over here convert to, and then you can convert it to lines from your original image. That's pretty much it, I think. Oh, one last thing maybe. If you think the mandala is too small for whatever reason, say you want to use this one and that's as big as it goes, you can click on the mandala again and then it'll bring up all of the options. If you go down to, I think it is properties, is it? Yeah, properties, and then you got the maximum size. You can just slide that up and then press done, and then you've got an even bigger one, and it keeps what's the word? It keeps it good clarity. So I can't remember the word at the moment, but yeah, keeps the quality of it high resolution basically. I've just set them all to around 715 simply because it looked better down the side here. Yeah, I think that's about it, guys. I hope you find it useful. I hope that you can apply it to your design work or to your tattoo work. If you have any problems, or if you notice anything that's not working, or anything hasn't downloaded properly, or there's an issue, then feel free to drop me a message or email me, DM me, whatever, and I'll try and get back to you ASAP. But as far as I'm aware, everything is working as it should. So yeah, enjoy, guys. Thanks.